Oh.
Recording in progress. Hello, David.
Hi, Carol. Hi, Carol.
Oh, we have sound right away today.
Oh, that's good. Good.
Good, good.
How are
Yes,
you?
I'm doing Zoom today. I'm not feeling well. I don't know if it's just a cold coming on or whatever, but I didn't feel like sharing. So
Thank you.
I've been working outside, so it could also be allergies, but
Mm,
you know, not taking any chances being near people today. So
Well, that's all things considered. That's why.
I think so. I think so.
So we lost Joyce.
Yes, yes. Joyce texted and let me know. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna miss you in class," but you know, it's her choice, and she's got to do what works for her, I guess. So
Well,
Yeah.
it sounds to me like that's the right choice for Bruno.
she's spending more time with Bruno.
Yeah, he's in a new school, and I guess his mother, how she doesn't really think he has any intellectual ability.
Yeah. No, they are very invested in him, and they've done so much with him. Such a positive influence in his life. So I think it's a good choice for Bruno.
Yeah, and she said in January she'll reassess how things perhaps rejoin.
Good, good.
And
how is Bill doing? Have you heard any news from Bill?
haven't heard a word from Bill. So actually, I take that as a positive.
Good, yeah.
He's probably doing well up there in Maine.
Is he still in Maine?
Oh yeah, they do 5 weeks.
Oh my goodness. So he won't be back until when? Until later this month?
Another week or so.
Okay.
He was gone all through September and the first week of October.
Okay.
And so he supposedly is able to get the Zoom things now and then. He hasn't been able to join. In fact, he said the Wi-Fi up there is really not good where they are. So
Yeah, I was fortunate. Mine was very strong where I was, so I was able to continue with class. But
yeah, you didn't have a problem. And actually, Bill Bynum was up there not too long ago, and he had a really good spell too. So, although he's been on the Cape now.
Oh boy. Yeah, they're getting some funny weather.
Yeah, well, not as funny as Florida.
Florida, no.
I don't think the word fun comes into that at all.
No. I have a nephew. My nephew and his family live there. They live near Tampa, and they said that they really escaped quite a bit of the damage that the rest of the state got. The winds, trees down, that type of thing, but and power loss, but no structural damage to their home. So they were very fortunate.
Oh yeah. There was a I saw a clip this morning of them helicoptering an Asian woman and her 2 cats off of Sanibel.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I miss that.
Well, I guess the connection there between Sanibel and mainland is gone. Yeah. So not there anymore. if there was any question about whether one wanted to live in Florida, I think this answers the not me.
No, I'm with you. I think islands are out, especially in hurricane prone areas.
I loved Sanibel when I visited, but I wouldn't want to be there now.
No.
So Dave's here.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Carol.
Carol's not feeling well, so
Oh, no.
Yeah, and I got my booster on Thursday, but I don't think this would be a result of having a booster.
Yeah,
I'm hearing people are having sore arms and maybe symptoms for a day or two, but
right.
no, this is just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But as I said, not knowing, I didn't want to come in and share.
Thank you.
yeah, we appreciate
Oh, you're welcome.
Good.
No choice.
Had to leave us. Her grandson, they take a lot of responsibilities for.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
She's had to put him in a new school and it's having a little difficulty there. And
Huh.
they're feeling a need to give him more support,
More time. True enough.
yeah, for right now.
Yeah.
But she's hoping to come back in January.
Oh, good.
So,
Good.
and Jeff has gone at least temporarily to the Tuesday morning woo style class.
Oh. So he jumped ship too. Huh?
So you guys aren't going to have any place to hide.
Ah. So Jeff won't be with us for a bit?
Not for a bit. I'm not sure what.
Okay.
I think yes, that's as much as I know.
Okay.
But that's fine.
Yeah, people come and go.
Yeah.
Then they come back again.
Yes. Absolutely.
I've done that.
Haven't we all?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So. So, questions?
Just one little question on the 8 gates when we go from heaven to earth. That's really not. I've always had a problem. It's something that just isn't quite. It's kind of strange. I know the thumbs lead.
So yeah, making the curve in that is a little difficult because here and where you want to end up is here.
Right.
So go from this position. One of the things you have you complete this. You have to let yourself have a little curve to start coming in, and then you can go back out.
Okay. Because there's kind of a natural wanting to do this.
Yes. So when you're pulsing in here, if then you go, what happens is you're going to make an S.
Okay.
And then you go into the transition. So you're pulsing, and then to go into the transition, you go up a little and come in, and then go back out.
So I got this one.
Yep.
And then
Rising and going back out. You have a
So
transition.
David, You're going through through the middle of the sphere for that S curve, correct?
No, the S curve
Yes, is it,
at the top.
yeah? Then,
So you've done, when you're pulsing, you're doing a small sphere and a big sphere.
right,
And going into the transition, you go on into that S curve. And as you're sinking, you're coming down and in, and then you're going up and out.
okay. So coming to the back of the sphere,
Here, yes.
yes. And then through it, and you end up on the outside of the sphere?
Basically, yes. So you're thinking of here's your big sphere, ideally, here, and your movement is right around the outside of the sphere.
Okay. Oh, I see. All right, I see.
It's the arm movement from here is just out. The difficulty is that here you're twisting in,
In, yes,
here you're twisting out.
out. Okay.
And at the same time, you're bending in and extending out.
Being out. Right. Okay.
And since we have started into it, when you're here, you're pulsing, you're lengthening in, you're lengthening out, you're lengthening in,
Mhm.
and you're lengthening out. Um, yeah, that's, I think, Dave, part of your issue with the elbows is the elbows, exactly.
Yeah, I so many years of not paying attention to it, I know they gotta go in.
So they're here and they're coming in, but they're not coming in. It feels like you're going to not really going to but the movement in is small. You're just enough to feel the scapula begin to slide in. Boom, connect to the spine and back out. Yeah, and the trick here, I think, I'm going to turn this way so you can see it, and then I'll turn the other way. Is watch the rotation of my hands. Coming obviously from, but my hands are coming in, and then they're going right out. The continuous rotation. Yes.
Yeah, I've got it. All right, I just gotta get it. And then not think about it.
Right.
It's a two-step method.
Did you see that, Carol?
I did, and I get it. It's
Okay.
okay. Thank you.
That's perhaps the trickiest transition, but basically they're all the same. Well, the principles are all the same.
Right, yeah, that's the one that kind of the thumbs lead and then
Yep.
kind of goes off. And also the elbows too, that's
Yeah.
something I'm trying to work with.
Yep. So you want to, well, you want to connect them.
Right, yeah, but with the scapula.
Yeah. Yeah, you want that sense of the scapula going in and then the scapula going out and then in and out. Yeah. Just So one of the things to remember is that when you're going, you've been pulsing. You're going in and out, and it's not just boom, boom, boom. You gotta get the rounding of the corner. Thank you, Master Joe. So you're bending in, extending out, and up and over a little, so that you can have the roundness, find that ball. If
I get the elbows out, that's the other thing I noticed, I really got a bad habit.
yeah,
Of using those to move my hands.
well, they do.
Well, they do, but it starts back here, and it's, yeah. Yeah.
It's all connected.
No, I know. Yes.
Did you have a question, Carol?
No, I'm just practicing it as you're speaking about it.
Oh, good. So let me see what you're doing.
From where? The transition? Yeah, I've been
Do a pulsing or two first, and then go into the transition.
from heaven?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So two things. So just as I was saying today, up at the top here. So I'll do one pulsing first. So we're coming in and out. And then in order to go into the transition, you have to go a little bit forward and up and over.
Okay.
And then you're coming down and out.
Okay.
And you want to make sure that you find the midpoint between those two. And that's where the changeover occurs. Your changeover just now, and maybe not all the time, but just now, you came way down.
Way down.
A little bit of turn here.
Okay.
Flip. No, you gotta come down to the middle, then continue the other half. You could.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. And I'm very aware that I didn't have that in my intention, so I wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I wasn't going out a little further to bring that back in to start the transition. I wasn't aware of that, so thank you. Those are two.
Because the problem is if you don't have that little rounding at the top, then you end up stop.
Right.
We want to avoid that.
Okay. It makes sense.
Good. What was that? The difficulties with the simple things.
Definitely.
Like I said, I've always felt funny about that one.
I wish you'd mentioned it sooner.
Well, I just figured I'd get it sooner or later, but it's been a couple of years. So.
Yeah. So, any other questions on that since we're thinking about this?
No, no, I just circled that.
Yeah.
Watch the video.
Okay. So
Yeah. We recorded.
Yes, we are. Amazingly enough. Um, so one of the things I wanted to do today was to focus on the lengthening. And we'll do it in a number of different, try to actually go through and touch on all the different parts of this practice. So let's begin with this first, and we're going to, I'm just going to alert you that we're going to do a fair amount of pausing and feeling as we do this. So we're not going to do the continuous movement right at the moment. So stepping out, coming into center, and then lengthening in, and when you get halfway up, stop. And you want to feel that sense of release inward, not outward. And then as you continue, you're lengthening out. And again, pause. Let yourself relax and release and see if indeed there may not be a little bit more that you can release. Not stretch, but let go of. And then we're going to let go of the pulsing in between at the moment and go into the transition. So you're lengthening in and pause. And just feel that sense of letting everything come back in, releasing that in. Then continue lengthening out. And feeling that sense of letting go. Let go of tension. Let the arms extend. A moment, just focus on the arms, although of course this is going through the whole body. And then we'll go into water. Come on, baby. So lengthen in, coming in around the back of the ball. And then lengthen out. You're going right back over the same curve again. But feel the release. And again, this is a place now where if turning the arms too far creates tension, release that turn a little. Doesn't have to be absolutely this way. I've been doing this for a long time, so it's a lot easier for me. But don't feel that you have to be in that position, but feel the release, the letting go. Often you'll find that when you let go, you can just go a little bit further out without any tension or stretch. You can just let go. Then lengthen in. And pause. Feel that sense of releasing into your body. Then on out into leave, fire. let go. And then going out and around. And then down and spread out and release. And feel that letting go. Again, don't over rotate. You don't have to twist your arms so that lock up. Let them release. Get that sense of extending out, letting go, lengthening out. And then around the back of the ball again. And then lengthen out and out. Shut. Make sure the shoulders are dropped and release. Let the shoulders nest, sink in. And then going around the sides of the ball and out. Earth. This is an easier one, not that extreme twist. You can get a sense of letting go, releasing out. And then lengthening in. Every thing come in. Relax in. Feel that release in, that drawing back. And then lengthen out. And then allowing the arms to go down and around, you're lengthening, continuing that lengthening out, and actually lengthening in as you come up, believe it or not, and lengthening out as you're going down with the crossed wrists. And resolving to the loudness. And release.
This one,
And this one,
do we? And then
it's all. We did that.
we did that. I guess I missed it.
Boom. Boom, you did it. Here, here, here. We did them all. I promise, I didn't throw one. So questions in there?
Nope.
So, get a sense of the lengthening out. That's okay with me. The lengthening in, yes, not sure what that should feel like. Because it feels kind of like it feels like I'm contracting, which I know I'm not supposed to do.
There, yes, there is a tendency to do that.
Yeah,
Because we're saying something about coming in, so isn't that contracting in? Well,
Yeah.
contract in, but that becomes a hard, tight.
right. No, we've had this conversation before.
I know.
The difference between lengthening out and lengthening in.
And remembering that with lengthening, we are talking particularly about the ligaments.
Right.
And if the ligaments are allowed to extend out, which you have to do if you are indeed fully lengthening out, then everything lets go and goes out. And what that does, interestingly enough, is like you've just stretched a rubber band. And all you have to do is release that rubber band and let it come back in. Easy for me to say. Not necessarily easy to do.
Yeah. So could that be like when we do heaven and earth? There's this part, and then you just kind of let it go.
That's the last part.
The last part. Right.
Yeah, where in a way it is. You're absolutely right. Because, but this is where the lengthening in has occurred. And this indeed is the lengthening out. It's a full release, and you're trying to find how can I let everything release without doing anything.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good explanation for me because I can identify with that.
Yeah. And yes, that is a length out.
Right.
But getting the lengthening in, you have to get the lengthening out to get the lengthening in.
Yeah.
and that's why, in a way, I was just in that moment ago when I was just doing this. If I, you can simply see my arms length, because I'm not straightening my arms. I'm just releasing them, and they're getting longer. And now they can get shorter.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we did that exercise at one point where we had a partner full
Yes.
to kind of demonstrate it.
The problem with that is, well, the good part is that you can let go and let somebody else do it.
Right.
But it's still being done to you, and it is something you have to feel internally.
Just have to allow it.
Yep. Do you have a question there, Carol?
No, I think doing that lengthening practice with the doorway as a marker that you gave us last time,
Yep.
I think worked better. Not very much movement. I didn't find maybe a quarter of an inch, but I felt the release, and that's where I am.
Good. I mean, that's where you start. You don't begin by having a big release because it's so counterintuitive to us. We're brought up to do things, not to allow them to happen. So,
Yeah. That's why when I do healing touch, that's a lengthening out.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
I never really lengthen in during the practice. Maybe I should, but
Well, that's how you would pulse in that.
Yeah.
I think.
well, yeah. Then there's the attention, and then there's the image I have in my mind, the
Sure.
energy doing this.
All of that, yeah. And you do want that because you don't want to use your energy.
No. No, that's where I get into trouble. Stuff that I
Indeed.
don't have to. That's a good analogy.
Good. So, I wanted to go through the various practices and do kind of the same thing we just did. And I'm going to start with the double arm because it's much easier, because both arms are doing the same thing. So when we're focusing on the arms, we don't have to separate them and only feel one and be aware that they are doing opposite things, which is what happens in the single arm. So the double arm actually is considerably easier. So let's see. So starting with the feet comfortably together. And as you begin, and at this point, really, you're pretty much in a neutral position. And then as you begin sinking into the right, the arms are lengthening in. And as you step and come into center, they're lengthening out. And then they lengthen in as you step out into your bow stance. And then they're lengthening out. And just pause for a moment. Again, that sense of just let yourself, double arm, baby. Let yourself relax into this. You're not trying to force it out. You're trying to release it out. And then when we continue, actually we are continuing to lengthen out at first. And then we're lengthening in. And pause. So you're feeling that sense of releasing in. And one of the things to remember is that well, here we're stopping at the transition points. You need to feel those transition points. So then we're going to continue lengthening in and then lengthening out, lengthening in, lengthening out. And so those all come very quickly and subtly and short. So you don't have a lot of time there. And lengthening in all the way to this position, and then lengthening out. I'm sorry, I've gone into the form again.
Okay.
Let's start again. Yeah, we'll work on that.
Okay.
Let me focus on what we're supposed to be focusing on. Double arm. So lengthening in and out, in and out, and up to the top of your spear. And then in, going through the S curve, and pause at the bottom. Feel that inward movement. And then out. As you go out, and release out to the top of your ball, top of your spear. And then lengthen in as you just rotate, moving down through the first half of the S curve, and then lengthen out as you rotate and shift forward through the balance of the S curve, and continue lengthening to the top of the ball. And then lengthen in, arms drawing the energy in. And just pause there for a moment. And then lengthening out. To the completion of the movement. And then we lengthen in, rotating and shifting back to our beginning position. And lengthen out. Release out. Lengthen in. Through the S curve. Lengthen out, going around the outside of your sphere to the top. And then entering the S curve to the in. Completing this S curve out. Going on out to the top. And then in. And lengthening out, coming up the back of the ball, and continuing on and out to the face forward, and then again in as you complete the circle of the ball, rotating the arms back. Ready to start again. So questions in there?
I thought I did, but I can't remember it now.
We're going to go through it again and see where it was.
Yeah, that would.
Okay. We're going to do this again.
How about Carol?
Did you have a question, Carol?
No, I'm, the pauses really help David to actually, be able to be aware of that lengthening. I think sometimes when you're just going through the flow, you're on to the next movement before you can really be aware of it.
Yep. Begin. So lengthening in as you sink into the right step, and lengthen out into the center. And just pause a moment. Let yourself feel that release into lengthening out. And continue lengthening in. And you're lengthening in all the way through until you complete your step forward. So pause there a moment. And then continue. So lengthening out to the top of the ball. And pause. Feel that release out. And then continue. Let the rubber band pull in. You go through the S curve. Just feel that. Feel the difference between here and here. And then continue lengthening out. And pause. And then the kind of quirky middle. So lengthening in, rotate forward, and then rotate, lengthening out as you shift and rotate, turning to the side. And you continue to lengthen out to the top of the ball. And lengthen in. Let that relax. Don't lift the shoulders. Relax the back. Relax the chest and neck. And then lengthening out. And then lengthening in. Feel that in. Find your question.
No, I guess I used it the second time around, it was easier. Oh, that's good. I like that. Stopping.
Questions, Carol?
No, just a comment that really helps to focus on that letting go, that releasing, what it feels like.
Yeah. I think the thing that I wanted to say is that you really have to feel where the lengthening in transitions to the lengthening out, and where the out transitions to the in, and recognize that it isn't necessarily going to be right here. Maybe it was over here, or maybe it was here.
Yeah.
You have to feel where energetically inside you, your body tells you you're making that transition. You need to make that transition because some sort of body says that's not enough. Really clean to what you're feeling inside. So let's look at least for a moment. Good. Single arm. Now in this one, you really need to only focus on one arm at a time. Because at least when you're beginning, you try to think, this one's lengthening in, and now they're going the other way. You won't be able to do it. Or at least you won't feel each one. So I want us to just focus on one arm. We'll start normal stepping up. And of course, in the very beginning, in the step, you do have both arms involved. So they're both lengthening in and lengthening out. But now you're going to focus on the right arm. So it's going to lengthen in. Feel it, having lengthened in. Remember, the hand is at the bottom of your sphere, in the middle, not over here. Then lengthen out, up to the top and pause. Don't worry about the other arm. Feel that right up. And then lengthen in, it goes through the S curve. And then it's going to lengthen out. And even though you're moving the left arm, keep your focus on the right. It has lengthened out. And then it's going to lengthen, goes around the ball. And then going to lengthen out. Stay focused on that right arm. Let the left do what it's supposed to do. Feel the right, in and out. And then turning, and then it's lengthening in. And then it's going to lengthen out. Pause. Then lengthen that right arm. Pause and feel that. And out. And feel that. Oh. Feel your speed. And continue. Right arm. In. Right arm. Question there? Now we're going to do the same movement, starting with the right foot. I'm going to go to the left side. Yes. But we're going to follow. Begin. Arms are listening in. And feel that. And then both arms out. And then the left arm out. And it's going to in. So pause. The left arm has the in. And now your left arm is going to lengthen out. Feel that. And the left arm in. And the left arm extends out. And then the left arm is here. Feel that. Feel the left arm. Lengthen here. It's a release. Let go of the tension. And left arm lengthening out. Left arm lengthening. And left arm lengthening. Let it go out. Left arm lengthening in. And left arm out. That extend. Releasing, stretching. And left arm release. Let that little back. Left arm lengthen out. And left arm lengthen. You end up pulling the pole top and bottom. Feel that ball. So obviously, it's opposite.
Yeah. Well, I think so. Because initially.
Yep.
I try to think about it.
No, you don't want to think.
Right.
Do you have any questions?
No, but it's just a good thing I was following you, because slowing it down and pausing, I was losing my place in the form, so it was nice to have those prompts, David.
Oh, good. That's why. Okay. So then we have the form.
Mhm.
And again, I'm going to suggest to begin with that we just focus on one hour here, although just as we have in other places when we step out, both doing the same thing. So spiraling down, arms are lengthening in, and then lengthening out, and then lengthening. And the right arm lengthening out. And continuing. Feel that. And try to hold your ball in the middle of your not off to the side. And then lengthening in. feel that lengthening continue as you rotate to the corner. And then lengthening out lines. And continue your semicircle lengthening in, and pause and feel that. And then lengthen out. And feel that. And then you're going to lengthen in on to the right foot, and step left. And feel that lengthening to that point. Everything's pulled in. And then beginning to lengthen out as you go forward and rotate. And feel that. So the movements are pretty subtle there. So release as much as you can. The shoulders need to let go. The scapula. The elbows. Let it all just move forward. And then lengthen in, and that continues through the step. So pause at that point. And then rotate and shift forward, lengthening. Feel everything moving out. Then as you lift forward, left, right arm begins in, and continues lengthening in, and continues lengthening in, and then lengthening out. Feel that out. Kind of a hard place to feel the out. And let it, don't tighten it up. Release. Then lengthening in as you step. And then lengthening out. And this is a really good place to work on lengthening because it's important that occur. And of course, the right is lengthening by virtue of the fingers are lengthening, the wrist is lengthening as it connects to the left arm. And this is a case where both arms are the left out through the elbow. And then lengthening in. Lengthening in. I've lost the form at that point. Slowed it down too much. Lengthening in, and then lengthening out. Any specific questions?
No.
I don't think so.
It's relatively up. But I think it really helps. To do some practice, really slow it down.
Yeah,
Give yourself the time to feel of that happen. Particularly here in the forum, it's very subtle.
yeah, the elbows. Oh, you're kind of close to the body. It's still gonna be out. Well, you've got to release it. Yeah.
So it's an interesting thing is you gotta really open the shoulder back and shoulder elbow, because actually that healing that does have some it's not a lot, there's a wisdom there.
Does that lengthen all the way down? I was wondering where they got those.
So when we about the legs, that's really another step. But I will mention that there are two primary ways to approach the movement of the energy in the legs and elsewhere in the body. And that is that, of course, as we talked about previously, that when the energy is coming in, it comes up. I mean, it comes up the side of the leg, down the outside of the leg. And that's the primary way it moves through the body. It comes up there, it comes up the side and back, down again on the top. But the arms are just like the legs, and out. The other way move, which is, quite frankly, I do not suggest that you do with this point, but that is of the body like a single tube, and everything. Okay. But you have to get down the surfaces first before you can make that function well. So stay with aware. So quite right. When you start adding the legs, it's going out the surface of this leg, this one, and then down the up the end here. So that's where it's for the time being that we're seeing it.
Okay.
Question about that?
No, but I'm not there yet. Definitely.
Well, stick with the arms.
I think so.
Good. So that may be enough to
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I think saying it that way. Dave, because it is a matter of being mindful. There's Carol. Okay. Good class.
Thank you. It is a good class, a whole new focus, David. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll work some more next week.
Okay, next time. Thank you. Bye, Dave.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Are we starting a new class?
Today.
Wow, okay. I didn't get the message.
You know what, I didn't.
Yeah, no. Well, I was thinking, driving over, I was like, geez, this seems like this guy.
Well, you were absolutely right.